told you I can talk. When the pandemic hit, not only did the numbers of trauma patients coming in lessen, but also my skills as a physiotherapist were required on critical care. So I was redeployed as a physiotherapist onto critical care. I think there's a lot to be said for the camaraderie actually in the hospital in terms of everyone supporting each other, and there was a lot of the offloading going on in the background when you come off of the unit, because these people get it, and sometimes the things that we saw and the things that we had to do, we don't want to go over it with our families, and sometimes you just want to talk about it and process it and file it with somebody who really gets it and really understands. When I was on critical care, a typical day would be going onto the unit, treating the patients early on. As a physiotherapist, we were assisting a lot in repositioning patients to try and optimise their oxygenation. We were making sure we're monitoring the flexibility of their limbs, because obviously all the patients are paralysed and sedated whilst they're on the ventilator. Initially, COVID lungs tend to be quite dry and non-productive. The cough is quite dry, but later on, as they stay longer and longer on ITU, they tend to get very chesty. So then there was more of a role of administering chest physiotherapy. So that's where you turn the patient, you shake them, use manual techniques, and then you suction the secretions out. So when I finish my shift, say on critical care, and I get home, sometimes I do need to offload to my husband, but you do tend to find that friends and family also want to know how your day was, and to be honest with you, you don't really want to keep going on and on about it, and you want to forget about it sometimes to try and switch off. And I think the thing that I found quite hard actually is wherever you look, it was COVID-19. So you would look on the TV, it's COVID-19. You talk to your friends, they're all talking about COVID-19. You go on social media, it's COVID-19. You try and read the newspaper, it's COVID-19. And you just couldn't get away from it, and that was quite hard. I've got a son who's 4 and I've got a daughter who's 2. Initially, it's like anything, when something's unfamiliar in terms of using PPE and donning and doffing and working in that environment, naturally you're yourself quite anxious, so therefore your family is anxious. But as I became more familiar with it, I became more relaxed, and therefore then my husband became more relaxed. But we still obviously had the rule that when I came home, I couldn't, you know, cuddle and hug my children like I would normally do. I would go straight upstairs and I'd shower from top to toe. I mean, obviously we wear PPE, we wear different scrubs and things like that, but you can't help but think you need to take as many precautions as you can.